Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Here is a thread that I previously covered. This is from John Deaton on October 10th, 2021, so I'm not going to go through it. But it is the facts and circumstances surrounding the SC versus Ripple case and Jay Clayton and Joe Lubin, all that stuff. Just things that are not disputed. Incredible thread, very long. I covered it shortly after he published this. Now, today, somebody named Dave responded to that thread and wrote, "What's the basis to your argument that XRP is more decentralized than Ethereum?" John Deaton retweeted that, and he wrote up his explanation, which I'm going to share with you right now. John Deaton, just several hours ago, wrote the following. First, I said arguably. Second, I don't believe today's Ethereum or today's XRP meet the definition of a security. To answer your question, here are a few reasons one could argue the XRP ledger is more decentralized than the Ether network. Number one, the XRP ledger is based on a consensus protocol, relying on validator nodes to record and verify transactions. It achieves consensus without incentivizing any party, unlike proof of work. For consensus to be reached, at least 80% of the validators must agree. Number two, there are over 170 validators with 900 nodes operating across the globe at Ripple, and Ripple runs 6 validators, which means it controls less than 4% of all validators on the network. Yeah, very true. And I definitely am not some sort of tech whiz here. In fact, that would be, as it pertains to anything having to do with crypto and certainly XRP specifically, one of the areas where I'm weak is just the tech stuff, but I think that's true for most people, frankly, because unless you're a tech nerd, like, how are you going to understand the guts of it? The good news is when it comes to crypto and XRP, you don't really need to. Just like if you're using the internet, you don't need to know how TCP/IP works. If you just understand that it's the glue of the internet, it's what makes a network of networks possible, makes it all interoperable. If you just understand that, you're good to go. Well, similarly with blockchain, if you just understand the concept of it, I think you're good to go. But as far as what he stated here, so yeah, 170 validators and 900 nodes, and with the difference between them, a primary difference, and there may be others that I'm unaware of, primary difference being the validator nodes. They excuse me, they get to vote on amendments that are proposed, whereas the rest of the nodes, 900 nodes, they're just helping facilitate transactions, basically. Number three, therefore, although Ripple owns 51 to 53% of the outstanding XRP, it does not provide Ripple with power over the XRP ledger. In fact, Ripple's CTO, David Schwartz, acknowledged that if 80% of the validators voted to burn Ripple's escrow, it would happen. Number four, almost always, excuse me. Oh, by the way, actually, you know what, let me say something on that. That is true. Ripple could lose all of their XRP. That's kind of the nature of a decentralized system. Not likely to happen, but I will say this. That's incentive for Ripple to stay in line. If you're worried about them dumping on the market, if participants don't like it, they could decide that Ripple's like a virus within the ecosystem and basically just be like, nope, your XRP is now gone. Literally, that could happen. So it's just, that's why these people keep saying, no, like, oh my gosh, you idiots in the XRP community, you plebs, they call us plebs, there's gonna be a rug pull and everything's gonna be sold and your XRP is gonna be worth nothing. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, my gosh, do you not understand the moment XRP, like, Ripple starts doing that? Like, just it takes 2 weeks for an amendment to be proposed and then passed by 80+%. Do you not think that would happen? It's like, yeah, you could sell $1 billion once and then, okay, fine, you fooled us, or maybe you do it a few times, maybe sell more than $1 billion, you have a bunch out of escrow and then you hold it and then maybe you do, okay, you can do it once, but you can't do it again because the XRP ledger is not going to go away in the meantime. It would short-term harm the price of XRP, but then you done messed up some. Anyway, number four, almost always when people call XRP centralized, they cite to the fact that Ripple owns the majority of XRP. Although I believe this is a fair criticism or concern regarding XRP, it doesn't make the network centralized. People constantly conflate token concentration with network centralization. They are not the same. Now, if the XRP ledger used a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm, I might have a different opinion. Which brings me to my fifth reason. Number 5. There's a valid argument that today, XRP is more decentralized than Ethereum, But when Ethereum moves to proof-of-stake consensus, I believe that argument becomes stronger. I'm no expert, but I believe with a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm, the control of the supply can play a significant role. If true, who are the Ethereum whales? How much of the supply of Ethereum are owned by a few or entities? I think it's a few other entities. What about Vitalik Buterin? Joseph Lubin, rumored around 10% several years ago. Consensus, Mike Novogratz, JP Morgan, along with owning Ethereum's infrastructure via CSI. And I'll talk more about that in a separate video. But suffice it to say, there's a lot more transparency with Ripple compared to what's going on within the Ethereum ecosystem. That's for damn sure. John continues. Like I said, it's a fair criticism or concern that Ripple owns so much XRP. I believe Brad Garlinghouse recognized this concern when he created the rolling monthly cryptographic escrow. I assume Ripple publishes the quarterly XRP reports to also help address this concern. By the way, I'll just pause to note, I agree with John. It is a fair critique to point out how much XRP Ripple holds. I'm just saying, after that fair critique, I come to the conclusion upon my own analysis that I don't give a damn. I just don't. In fact, I think that Ripple having so much XRP, that gives them the biggest incentive to behave properly. They have the most to lose, and history has shown that they've just been a good cheerleader of the XRP ecosystem. If that changes, fine. I'll scream about it too, and then we can work to find some sort of resolution as an XRP community. And again, as I cited a few minutes ago, there are options. John continues. As an Ethereum holder, I'd like similar transparency regarding Ethereum, especially as it moves to proof of stake. Especially when you consider that whale purchases of Ether's ICO were disguised in multiple wallets and emails. And finally, this is number 6, finally, when it comes to the centralization question, I prefer using the Bahamas test. The Bahamas test asks a simple question. If the primary promoters or developers behind the token suddenly leave and go to the Bahamas, disappearing forever, would the token survive? If Ripple, with Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, and David Schwartz, closed the doors and disappeared to the Bahamas, would XRP survive? Some argue XRP would die. I don't believe so. I know for a fact dozens and dozens of other developers are utilizing the XRP ledger. If Vitalik Buterin, Joseph Lubin, Consensus, etc. were to disappear to the Bahamas, would Ethereum survive? Several months ago, Mark Cuban debated some Bitcoin maxis on Clubhouse, and Mark won, by the way. Mark did comment, however, that he believed Vitalik would figure it all out. If Vitalik walked away, would Mark Cuban remain invested? What about Cathie Wood, Raoul Pal? I'm not implying I know the answer, because I'm not smart enough to know the answer. I'm just answering the question of why I believe an argument exists that XRP is more decentralized, which is an incredible point, by the way. That's a very good point. Regardless of anyone's opinions related to XRP or Ethereum, objectively speaking, the SEC's claims related to XRP are utterly absurd. Incredible thread from John Deaton again. I agree. It's fun thinking through this stuff, just to think critically on this topic, and that's why, again, I started the video just pointing out the ridiculous tribalism here when it's, facts are facts. Like, I just want to believe as many true things as possible, so when it comes to all this stuff, if things change, you will see me saying, hey, XRP doesn't look viable. Like, if I actually believe that, I'm going to say that. I'm not going to just keep cheerleading something. I'm also not going to lie about any sort of technical deficiencies of anything. Which is why when there are bad things happening about XRP and the XRP ledger, I talk about it. I mean, I care. Like, I'm not going to stick my head in the sand when bad stuff is happening, which is why when there were scaling issues in the beginning of December last year.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.